I've got to tell you about a really impressive moment in my life this week. Big learning again for me. I'm always talking about being a disciple in progress, and I'm constantly realizing that I got a lot of progress that needs to happen in my life. So I'm talking about discipleship all the time. Yet for the last couple of weeks, I've been struggling with one thing that just didn't seem to want to go away. Just in kind of full disclosure, looking at First Samuel, the idea of King Saul and all of his unforced errors. And I'm beginning to realize that King Saul's story is my story. I've got an ego that just runs out of control and it wants what it wants and it does what it does. Not that that makes me unique in the human race, but it's definitely a problem for me as a disciple of Christ. But I couldn't quite get my arms around it. So, just to give you an example of the horsepower of having somebody alongside you in your life, I called a friend who was one of my mentors 40 years ago. We see each other face to face maybe once every 2 or 3 years at most. But this person 40 years ago, we were on the phone this week. 30 seconds, he's listening to me and he's going, "Hey, what's going on with you? I'm not hearing who I think I'm supposed to be hearing." We talk for another couple of minutes and he just goes straight to the root of the problem. And I go, wow, he just read right through my soul. He saw that, he heard that. Those kind of relationships don't happen in seconds out in the universe. We would like to know that we walk into a church, we meet people, we like people, everything's going to be fun, quick, and easy. But the reality is, in discipleship, it's more like growing a tree than it is a microwave pizza. And these relationships are going to take time. And they always start out for me really kind of like slow, uncomfortable, people getting to know one another, saddling up and being able to read the other person. But as good wingmen for each other, learning each other's moves, the way they think, the way they act, when they're on and when they're not off the game, right? When they're on the game, when they're not in the game, and in their zone in the game, it takes time. And it's stunning to me as I think about my friends who are my mentors. They've been ahead of me, leading and coaching me, or my wingmen who are beside me, right? We might be peers. We might be peers at work. We might be peers in just life or at church or whatever. But getting to know these people takes time. And we need to be about that so that there are one or two people influential in our life. And what you'll notice is over time, you've got dozens of people who at any moment you can pick up the phone and talk to and they can read into your life. But at the moment, do you have wingmen with you, alongside you to help you sort through life? That's my plea for me, right? Keep those wingmen with me current. Don't try to fly solo. And that's my prayer for you guys too. Yes, he can be trained, a disciple in progress, and the lessons I'm learning. Thanks for listening.